Greetings from Romania to all of you, neurosurgery passionates all around the world. We're today at a special talk with the medical students from all around the world. We met in Kathmandu, Nepal this year at the 8th annual DANDI meeting. And we are about to start a very vibrant community interested in neurosurgery. As they are about to start new DANDI student chapters in their countries as well. And my purpose here today is to share with them our Romanian experience with the DANDI chapter. My name is Elena Neștian. I am the president of the DANDI student chapter in Romania, chapter of the Walteri DANDI Neurosurgical Society, headed by Professor Salim Abdul Rauf from St. Louis, Missouri. Today I have gathered some of the students we met in Nepal at the Neurosurgery 101 course for students. First of all, I would like to introduce to you the students who are with us today. So please, Chantal, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Chantal Burkout. I'm a third-year medical student studying in Cork, Ireland at the University College Cork.
Thank you, Chantal. I must say that she was part of the DANDI Women in Neurosurgery initiative, which is a first in the DANDI society. And it's a big step ahead for all women neurosurgeons all around the world. Pratana, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Pratana Subedi, a third-year medical student from Kathmandu, and I study at the military college.
Okay, thank you for being with us today. I'm gonna go now to Francesca, who is a dear friend of mine. She is founding member of our Romanian DANDI Club and former president. Hi, Francesca.
Hi, everyone. I'm Francesca Păslaru. I'm a first-year medical resident in Bactazar Arseni Emergency Hospital. I chose neurosurgery this year. I think it was quite obvious I would do that. And I started the Walter DANDI Neurosurgical Club together with 3 of my colleagues when we were, I think I was in the 3rd year. And Elena has continued our mission this year, so I'll just let her talk.
Thank you. We'll now go to the other students who are joining us today. So,
hi, I'm Joachim Distel from Austria, and I'm a 4th-year medical student, and I'm at Medical University of Graz in Austria.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pinky Jha. I'm currently a 3rd-year medical student, and I study at the military hospital, and I'm classmate of Prarthana.
Nice meeting you. Going on to Gaurav.
Hello, everyone. I am Gaurav Minali from Nepalese Army Institute of Health Science. I am currently a 3rd-year medical student. I am also a classmate of Prarthana.
Okay, nice meeting you. Going on to the next student. Can you please tell us your full name? ABC.
Hello, my name is Mahendra Pandey. I am from National Medical College and Teaching Hospital. I am a friend of Prarthana. I just knew there's a meeting, and in a hurry I put the name ABC, so I'm really sorry. So I'm very happy to know that you guys came over here and conducted the conference. So I was unable to attend the conference, but it's good to know you guys were here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Going to Ohas now.
Hey everyone, I'm Ojas Thapa, a 4th-year medical student in the military college out here in Nepal, and I'm a senior of Prarthana.
Okay, nice meeting you. Going to Ayush now.
Hello, I am Ayush Patel. I am from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Jodhpur. So probably the only one from India. And I'm a final year medical student. And actually I talked about starting the club in India also. So just joined for that.
Okay, so I think all of us have introduced ourselves, and it's a really important thing to do so because the aim of this platform is to give a voice and a face to neurosurgery worldwide. So you must take the courage and step ahead so everyone can know you. Okay, thank you very much. Please mute your microphones so I can go on now to my presentation. So it's not gonna be very long. I just want to show you some pictures and talk a little bit from our experience. And at the end, please ask me questions and I'll answer to them all, okay? There we go. So I'm gonna start with telling you how it all started, this idea of having this chat. So everyone who's watching us later will know. Here on the screen, there's a red star. It's pointed on Nepal, Kathmandu, the place where the 8th annual Dandy meeting took place a few days ago. It was a really interesting meeting, and we met a lot of amazing people and passionate students all around the world, and this meeting is dedicated to them, the ones who will want to make more efforts to pursue the neurosurgical path. Here on my screen, you can see the group photo from the course for medical students, and you can see how joyful they are, full of energy and enthusiasm. And some of the people who are with us today have attended that course as well. I would like to make it very popular all around the world. This Dandy Women in Neurosurgery initiative, whose purpose is to promote women in leadership roles in neurosurgery. It is really special to me as I live in Romania, where Sofia Ionescu was a neurosurgeon, and she's, if not the first, she's one of the, she's among the first female neurosurgeons all around the world. She did her first neurosurgical intervention on a patient during the Second World War, and I truly believe she's really amazing. And in Romania, there is a long tradition of women in neurosurgery, and I feel lucky about that. But as I saw, things are not the same all around the globe, and I really wish this initiative will inspire women from other countries to pursue neurosurgery as well. And here in the picture, you can see the female students forming this committee for the Neurosurgery 101 course. And on the left side, you can see which countries they are from: Austria, Nepal, Italy, and Ireland. And here you can see some pictures from the annual meeting. On the left, there is my dear Romanian team, formed by, from the left to the right, Dr. Alexandru Păslaru, Dr. Francesca Păslaru, Professor Salim Abdurrauf, Elena Niștian, which is me, Mihai Moreanu, we are both med students, and Dr. Cristina Poroșanu, who is Francesca's colleague. She's also a first-year neurosurgery resident. And on the top right image, you can see Professor Salim and the committee for the annual conference. When the picture was taken, there was a question session for the students. The students asked really interesting questions, and I really enjoyed how involved were in the discussion. And on the bottom line, you can see Professor Konovalov, who was awarded the 2019 Dandy Medal during a very, very nice ceremony. And the group of students, and also some of us are here with us now. For those of you who haven't heard of the Walter E. Dandy Neurosurgical Society, you can look it up on the website. You have it here, the link, with the poster for this annual meeting. The vision of this society is to represent a forum for students and neurosurgeons to improve neurosurgical care of the patients all around the globe, and to create a community and a family to stand for these goals together. And the name of this society is in honor of the great pioneer of neurosurgery, Walter E. Dandy, who was born and studied and began med school in the same state of Missouri where this society was born, in Missouri. And now I'm gonna show you how many chapters of Dandy are all around the globe. There is a medical student from India. You can see here that in India there is also a Dandy chapter, and you could try and look who's in the board of the India Dandy chapter, get in touch with them and ask them for support to help you if you are a student chapter. You can see here that Romania was established, the Romania chapter was established in 2013. The Dandy Society was founded in 2011. So I can say our chapter was amongst the first chapters that were around the world. And more about our chapter can tell us Francesca Păslaru, who was there when this club was founded. I was just entering med school back then. So our chapter was born based on the friendship and professional relationship between Professor Salim Abdurraouf and our professor and honorary president Radu Gorgan. We set our club in the hospital, which is the largest neurosurgical hospital in our country, in Bucharest. It is called Bagdazar Arseni Emergency Hospital. We have full support from our Professor Radu Gorgan and the doctors who are there. The hospital provided us the amphitheater where our meetings are held, and all the materials like the projector to have our lectures there. And here you have the pictures of the first ever lectures held in our chapter. And you can see on the left, the bottom left, the founding members, Dana Pisică, Tabita Kazak, and Francesca Păslaru. So what our activity at the club consists of meetings. We talk about theoretical aspects regarding anatomy of the brain and spine, neurology, and then we go to discussing surgical aspects, because we believe that in order to understand pathology, we have to lay foundation for basic knowledge. Our meetings are supposed to be different from what we do at university because we really encourage having dialogue-based presentations. The students who come to our meetings, we like them to feel free and comfortable to ask whatever they want to ask and feel like between friends and don't be afraid to ask. We also have workshops. We organize workshops for our medical students from the club, but we also collaborate with students' organizations for big congresses. I'm gonna show you some pictures later. We have a team, a strong team who we go together to neurosurgical conferences such as this one in Nepal or at the conference of the Romanian Society of Neurosurgery, which will be next month. We collaborate for writing papers and being active participants at congresses with oral presentations or posters. And of course, maybe the most important of them all, and the reason why we do these theoretical meetings is to lay the foundation for the summer practice. Here in Romania, the students are requested to spend at least 2 weeks during summer in a hospital, and our students are fortunate to come to Bagdasar Arseni Clinical Emergency Hospital. There are many neurosurgical departments there specialized on pediatric neurosurgery, spine, brain tumors and aneurysms, or functional neurosurgery, and they can spend their summer practice there, and they can really understand what's going on in the operating theater once they have some basic knowledge. I'm gonna show you the posters of this year's meeting. We had several meetings this year. Our goal is to meet 2 times a month, but we do take into consideration the exam session. So we won't meet during holidays or exam sessions. This year we discussed the anatomy, the external configuration of the brain, the basal ganglia, the ventricles, and the pituitary gland, as well as the vascular supply of the brain. And the principle was to discuss about anatomy and then neurology, and when it came to discuss about pathology and neurosurgery, real and pure neurosurgery, we had doctors and professors invited to our meetings, such as the meeting when we talked about hydrocephalus and ventriculostomy, or pituitary tumors, or neurocutaneous syndromes. And here you can see our Professor Gorgan and Associate Professor Ligia Tătăranu giving lectures at our club, and some group photos with our students from the club. What we do, we encourage students to read themselves. We established what are the main topics to be discussed, and we share these topics every meeting. We share with them also the books where they should read. And it's really amazing when they begin to start reading and they understand, and then they come here at the club to teach us in turn. And here you can see photos of our students giving lectures. And in the bottom, you can see from one of our meetings, the procedure to put on the sterile gown. We're trying to teach them practical practical aspects as well, such as how to put on sterile gloves or gowns, or we teach them the neurological exam. In this slide, you can see the poster for the Neurosurgery 101 course this year. We are fortunate to have Professor Salim at our university every year. This year, we decided to make posters on the work of Professor Salim Abdurrauf, such as the classification of the carotid artery, of the internal carotid artery, or the results of the awake surgery for aneurysms and brain tumors. Regarding the workshops, along the years, we did workshops on microsurgical skills, and we had specialized doctors to train us on how to perform end-to-end anastomosis or side-to-side anastomosis. We begin with training on leaves, and then we train on biological materials. We use chicken arms for that. And also we organize the craniotomy workshop. We show the students the instruments, how they are called, what we use them for, and then we perform a craniotomy on a biological material. And here you can see the setup of the workshop we had this year with 4 tables, so each table with 4 students and 2 trainers. So every student would do at least a borehole and incise the dura, suspend the dura, and so on. Here you can see a collection of photos from the previous workshops. On the left, we had some years ago for a Congress for medical students called Medics. We had a cadaveric approach workshop, and you can see how the optic chiasm was being revealed. And on the right, you can see photos from the microvascular workshops. What we have in the future, we have 2 workshops prepared for Surgicon, which will be next month. At the end of next month, we prepared 2 workshops on craniotomy and disc hernia repair. And we also welcome you to and invite you to join us for the Romanian Society of Neurosurgery Congress, which will be held in October in Sibiu, a beautiful city of Romania. And please follow us on Facebook. You can see much more pictures there. And also we have a YouTube channel where we posted our registered meetings. But also, and most important of them all, we have the Romania Channel. We plan to have the next year's meetings recorded here, and you can join us no matter where you are along the globe. And I'd like to end my presentation with this slide. This is a picture taken this year in Nepal, and I think it synthesizes our vision to teach those who come after us. That was all for now. I'm looking for your questions. Okay, because no one was saying anything.
Who's the bravest among you?
Yeah, I actually have a question. So to start up this thing, you need a professor, right? And what exactly are like the first steps? You ask a professor who wants to be the chair, and like what step is going to be next, or how many people do you need in the student chapter to start up once for all?
Okay, I would like to pass this question to Francesca, because she was the one to break the ice and found this student club. Okay, Francesca, please answer Joachim.
We were 4 when we began.
Okay.
And I think after the first meeting, we were 160. So you can do it even alone if you want, but I'm sure you have at least 3 other people who came in Nepal with you. We actually talked to Professor Abdurauf when he had his first course in Romania, his first 101 course, and we told him that we would like to set up a Dendi chapter, but for the medical students, because we were already being involved in the hospital, all 4 of us in the Bagdazar hospital, and we've known the doctors there. And after that, we went to Professor Gorgon and told him that we would like to gather the students who are interested in neurosurgery and start a club for us, as they have one for the bigger doctors. And he came together with some of the associate professors and doctors in the hospital to join us for the first meetings until we got the hang of it, and we started to present ourselves. At first they kept the lectures, and I don't know, you just go to find the professor who is interested in helping you, and then you can maybe make this the set up place where you can have your first meeting, or something like an amphitheater or something like that. Every hospital has one, or maybe in the faculty, if you have the support of the dean and whatever, just find a place. I know that in Cluj they have another club, and they were meeting in a dorm room, so you can find a place. And after that, you can Facebook is a great tool. You can make this popular on Facebook to tell some of your colleagues, maybe somebody is interested, and just gather people around and do some presentations. It's not a receipt. I don't know how you can. Everybody has their own way of doing
Yeah,
things.
I get what you're saying.
If you want, I already talked to Elena, and we are broadcasting our meetings, and if you pick an hour that could be suitable for us too, we could join online and maybe help answer some questions, maybe even do some presentations, some of our students, until you get used to presenting yourself. This could be also
yeah, I think that would be actually like a great idea, even to connect like with more other clubs from all around the planet, like to have some meetings and like join and have many people from like any other chapters just join, like not all the time, but like once a few times, I guess.
Yeah, this would be great. We already did that with the other Romanian chapters, because we have several in different cities, and we gathered a few times, so these things actually work. But at first you need to find a room where you can gather, find some people that are interested besides the 4 of you, and maybe at least one doctor, because right now you don't have the clinical experience to answer those questions. And we didn't try to do another course. We have enough courses in the faculty. We wanted to maybe to have discussions. Everybody comes with questions and we answer them. If we don't know, we just go and ask and maybe answer the next time. Everybody reads. So it's more like a thing between colleagues than a course. So that's the main purpose. But we can do these joint meetings at first. If you can find enough support, we are here for you all. Anything else? I used to talk a lot, so you guys just keep whatever is interesting in my speech, and then you can forget everything else.
Okay. Is there anyone who wants to ask a question?
Actually, Alina, I have a question.
Yes, sure.
So I wanted to ask, how important is it to have a country chapter in setting up a dandy club? Is a country chapter essential too if you want to have a Walter E. Dandy club in your university?
Okay, I don't think it is necessary to have a dandy chapter to start a club, but you can start your own student club if you want to. And the thing is, it would be easier for you if you found a professor or someone in a hospital who can actually support you through this process, give you access to the operating theater, or give you a room where you can have your meetings, or someone with more experience and expertise in the neurosurgical path. And you can find your mentors among these doctors and team.
Thank you.
But I think if you want to, the first thing to do would be to gather a team with passionate students who have the same goal as you. As Francesca said, at first we can have broadcasting meetings, we can set up topics we want to talk about together, and we can have this for a start, and you will see that in the meantime, people who will want to pursue neurosurgery as you do will come to you. You'll be a bigger team. And as Francesca said, there is no receipt for that. Everyone will do it their own way. We meet at the hospital. Maybe for you, it will be better if you meet at the university somewhere. But I think it would be best if you met at the hospital, because there you will meet doctors, and you can go to the emergency department, see cases, go into surgery, and gain experience. But at first, I think you should find a neurosurgeon to teach you something, to let you in this surgical specialty, and I think all the rest will come. But if you really want to start a chapter, you should gather a team, and I see that you have many colleagues from your med school with us, and you can start from here.
I actually had a question. I was wondering if when you initially started the Romanian club, whether it was more so through your university or just completely separate, because I know here in Cork, if you want to start a student society, you have to have like maybe 200 signatures at least for the university to consider you starting something up. And Cork is fairly small. So I don't know, like even in my own class, I don't have that many, people in the program. So I don't know whether that would be easy to do. So I was just wondering if you started off through the university or just completely separately, just with the neurosurgeon via the hospital and all of that.
Okay. Our club is not an NGO. We have other medical associations in our university. They are NGOs. They are legally registered. Their members have to pay an annual fee to be members, and so on. They have ranking systems and all of this stuff. We are not of this kind. We are just a group of passionate students meeting for neurosurgery. And we are part of the Dandy Society. we are mostly students from my university, from Calor Davila University, and we have support from our dean. For instance, we organized the 101 course in our building from the university, but it is not, the rules for us were not very restricting as for you. That's why I'm saying maybe in our country things are a little bit different. But the thing is, we don't meet at university, we meet at the hospital. So we have full support of Professor Gorgan there at the hospital. And we can say we are independent from this point of view. We are free to do what we want to do at our club.
Okay, thank you.
Can I?
Yeah,
I
sure.
think I have something which says raise your hand. So here, we didn't start as the point was not to become another student organization. We have a lot of these, and they do workshops and whatever, but they are not targeting a specific specialty. Our point at first was just to meet and discuss neurosurgical subjects, and that was it. And we had the support from Professor Gorgan, who came to our meetings, also Associate Professor Ligia Tătăranu and a few others, and we just started meeting. The faculty was involved actually later in the process, and we are still not a registered student organization in the faculty. They, as Elena said, the dean does support us, gives us a place to have our annual 101 conference, but that's kind of it. So you don't need specifically the help of your faculty. You can, nobody stops you from gathering a few passionate students and just doing your own meetings.
And I think there is an advantage to that, because you can decide to choose whatever topic you want, you can decide your own activities. And the thing is, if it's not, let's say, a corporate thing, you gather the people who are really passionate about this. And at our club, we are just, I want to believe we are a group of friends who want to discuss neurosurgery. We are not that interested in, I don't know, who's running the club, who's president, who's the coordinator for something, as it happens with other student societies. Our goal is to be together in this, to learn neurosurgery together.
Oh, and another advantage is that it's free. We don't ask students to pay anything. If we need something like, I don't know, food for the meetings, we just all contribute and that's it. But it's a friendly thing. We don't have entry fees or stuff like that. We just do it pro bono, everything we do.
So everyone
is as well.
Yes, in our club, everyone is volunteering. So, and you might ask why. The thing is, when I was a young student, I found out about this club during my second year of med school. I met Francesca at a conference which was actually for neurosciences, not for neurosurgery. Back then I was...
I stole her from my husband.
Yes, back then I was so little, and I looked up at all the senior students who knew so much stuff, and I was scared at first. It seemed to me so difficult, but the thing is, I then attended every meeting. Things started to get a little bit easier because the pieces of the puzzle were matching. And then the next year I was more involved in the club. I became a scientific coordinator, which meant that I guided the students who wanted to make presentations for the meetings. And then I was vice president, and now president. The thing is, I never liked being a boss, and I never liked doing administrative things because this steal a lot of your time. But the thing is, as the last slide from my presentation said, the thing is to teach those who come after you. And that's the whole point. In our club, the senior students teach the young students. As the time goes by, the senior students will be residents, as Francesca is, and the ones who are just young students will become presidents at some point, you know, and this thing is being passed on like a legacy. So it's not something artificial, it's just something that you really, really like, and you want to teach those who come after you, because at your turn you have been helped so much. I mean, I think the best thing that happened to me during all these years of med school was meeting the people from the club, because they are really amazing people, and they are really honest, you know. It's not something artificial. It's just genuine passion for neurosurgery. And the thing is, neurosurgery is a competitive field, but when you start your career along with your friends, I think your career will be much more beautiful. I mean, it's okay to be competitive, but let's play good. I don't know. Don't get aggressively competitive. Okay. I hope I made my point. Looking for other questions.
I
Hello.
actually have another question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So I just wanted to say that during the process of starting the club, maybe we could attend some of the meetings from your club so that we get a basic idea about what goes through in the meeting. So I was thinking that meanwhile we are setting up the club in our college or in our university, we could also attend your meetings, like presentations, at least 2 or 3 times, so that we get a basic idea about how it runs.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's for sure. The thing is, we usually start meetings of the new year in November, because there is a new wave of junior students coming as freshers, and they need some time to get a little bit acquainted with what is university all about. So our first meeting will be maybe early November, because we will be busy. We'll have those 2 workshops so at the middle of the month, and then the Congress of the Romanian Society of Neurosurgery. So we will be pretty busy, but definitely early November we will have our meeting, and we will do our best to broadcast our meeting and share them with you, of course.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your effort.
Okay, I'll be sharing the link on Zoom. Joachim, you had a question?
Oh yeah, I have a question about you. You've been having some workshops at your club, right? And how did you actually fund these workshops? Because they're obviously not going to be free. Like the materials is got to be paid. How did you guys manage that?
Yes. So when thinking about what we need to pay, let's take things in order. So if you want to do a workshop, you will need a place. We organize the workshops at the hospital, so nobody is asking for money. So we scratch it off. Then we'll need the instruments. And the thing is, there are some instrument sets that are used for exams. They are only used at cadavers. So those instruments will not be used in surgery on patients. They're only used during exams. And when we decide to organize our workshop, we discussed with Professor Gorgon, and he agrees to borrow us the instruments. So these are the instruments from the hospital used on cadaveric specimens for exams and for this purpose only. And we borrow them for, let's say, a weekend. We do the workshop and we return the instruments back. But if you need more instruments, if they are not enough, you can always order them. We order a few instruments on eBay this year. And usually we pay the instruments. If they are so the instruments are an expensive thing, but the thing is you can use them for many years. And we usually don't ask for money from our members, but we split the sum of money between us who are in the team on that year.
Okay.
But then we will need the biological material like chicken wings or lamb hands, and for that we tell the participants how much it costed, and we split the sum for everyone who is attending the workshop. But just for that, and the sum will not be very great. Like, I think last workshop we asked the students to pay 5 or 6 euros for the biological material. It was not that expensive, because other workshops cost more than 20 euros, for instance. And if we buy drinks or some snacks at the meetings, we also either Francesca buys something or I buy, or we split the sum. But it's not a big sum. You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, but the thing is, the most expensive thing would be the instruments. So there are two ways. You can either talk to a professor and ask him to borrow you for this purpose, for a workshop, the instruments. You really need to be responsible for them. Be careful not to be any instrument missing and so on. Return them clean after you use them. So you can ask from the hospital, or you can make a long time investment, and it's up to you. You know, if you have enough money, you can gather a team of people who are really interested to do that, you know, and you can buy your own instrument sets. And you will know that anytime you want to have a workshop, you have the instruments. Okay, any questions? Okay, I received a list of questions from Saskia, and I told her I will answer today, because I thought many of you would want to receive the answer to this. So one of her questions was, how do we promote the club? We have a Facebook page, and I'm gonna share it with you. Facebook is, I think, the main means of promoting our Dandy Club. I think I already shared with you our page. So now I'm scrolling from my Facebook page. I need to. Okay, so I will share with you the link. The thing is, the Facebook page is an important means of sharing your work with other people and promoting you. But you can be you can also use Instagram if you think that more of your friends are using Instagram. You can set a site. We also have a site, but you really need to have an IT guy in your team, because or you will have to pay someone to design your website and keep it up to date. We are working on that right now, but the thing is, the Facebook page is really easy to keep updated. And the thing is, when we want to have a meeting, we create an event on Facebook. We shared it on my page, on everyone from the team page, in the Facebook groups from university, and there are so many. And we make posters. And the thing is, I realized that if we print posters and put them in very visible places all around the university, more people will find out about them. And especially in our university, the younger students, because in Romania, at our university, only the first 2 years study in the building of the university. The rest of us have courses at the hospitals. And I realized that, I don't know if this is the reason, but this year we had a lot of students from the first and second years. And another thing you need to do is to adjust the meetings and the topics of the meetings on the members who are attending them, because this year we had more students from the first and second years. They hadn't studied anatomy and neuroanatomy, so we took everything from the basics and tried to build on this foundation. We also have this YouTube channel I showed you, and the channel on NeurosurgicalTV. So if I were to make a top, the Facebook page and the NeurosurgicalTV channel would be the most important ones. But also, it's about people also, because you should really be good at promoting your club and speaking really well about it, and letting everyone know that you are in a dandy club and what is this club doing, and telling everyone about what you're doing. So this would be the answer. Do you have another question? Okay. I have a question. If the hospital sponsors us financially, and you already received the answer to this, we are not offered money, but we are offered support in terms of venue for our meetings and instruments, and all this stuff. And I read here a question: where do you get the qualified information for the lectures? We have gathered a library of electronic books and created a drive. I will share with you the link of that drive, and you can find really nice books there. Our favorites are the Rotten books of supratentorial and infratentorial neurosurgery. You should really check it. Also Greenberg, and there is another book of brain imaging. I will share with you the link to that.
Osborne.
And Osborne, yeah. And we also have the humans textbooks, but I think for student, what I told previously, it's enough. And another question was about the structure of our team. We have a president, which is usually elected by the former president. And usually the president is the one who will gather his team. But we also take into consideration the involvement of the students in the previous year. So if he was really passionate, we take them on our team. We have a secretary, a vice president, a scientific coordinator. It is the one who will stay in touch with the students who will present at the meetings, guide them, tell them what to do, what not to do, how to structure the presentation. We also have public relations coordinator, and they are in charge of making posters for the meetings and distributing them on social media. We have also a technical coordinator who helps us putting the roll-up or doing all the technical setup for the meeting, like opening the door for the amphitheater or getting us internet connection and so on. And that would be our team. Do you have any questions? So I really wanted to answer to all of this now, so it could be recorded and everybody interested would have access to this. Okay. If not, I want to thank you all for joining us today, and I really wish to form a strong community of neurosurgery passionates, to keep in touch, to share our meetings in the future. And please contact me anytime you need help. We will broadcast our next meetings. We can give you advice if you need. And please come to our conference this October in Sibiu. It will be really nice. I'm sure you'll enjoy that.